So funny story, we're just pulling out of the grain facility here. Or yesterday, we were drying corn, and when we dump on those pits, you have a sensor that shuts them off when they get so low. It's an amp meter. When it drops down below so many amps, it shuts it off. Well, they were shutting off too soon, so we wanted to get in the fuse box. Well, whoever lost the key, whether Dad or John, nobody's confessing up to it, but they lost the key to that fuse panel box, and it's a special key. So we called the electricians who put it in. They're like, oh yeah, we should have that key. And they were saying that they got to go by our facility anyway, so they're gonna have one of their guys drop one off. Well, he stops by, he ended up having the wrong key. So we went over there to show him which key we needed it for. And there, he's like, well, I don't have this key. But he actually stepped on the key that we lost and we found it. So I would call that a win. But we still told him to get another key coming in case that happens again, when it happens again. Because it will happen again. Well, that's how we're starting this video. Let's move. Right now we're heading back out to my combine, which we kind of went out and tested some beans, and I think they should be ready to roll again. So hopefully we can get another quarter out and keep going on, because it was 90 degrees yesterday. It was hot, and it's supposed to be 90 degrees today. I know you think I'm wearing my jacket. It was 50s this morning, and we're gonna get back into the 90s. So we get quite a temperature swing going on right here. And then midweek it's supposed to get wet again. So hopefully we can get a few more beans out. And then if it does rain, we're able to haul some of that corn off, fill some of our contracts, and keep moving. That's the goal. It's harvest. Goals are always broken. Already hitting that temp. So I seen this in the parts magazine the other day, and I hope it kind of fixed. It's not a big issue, but it's kind of a smaller issue. Oh, sorry, I didn't get what I was doing over here. Don't have a Sawzall, so I'm improvising. It's kind of weird that you have to cut it. Whatever floats their boat, I guess. So what this thing is, it's a brush that goes in front of this guy right here. The small issue that I'm having is when it gets really dry, it'll sometimes throw the beans a little bit out the front there. And so I thought, well, hey, might as well give it a shot. Something that $7 beans wouldn't make me do, but when they're, 12 plus bucks a bushel, you kind of start considering little things like this. So I think I got to pop this off, get it underneath there, and go from there. I'm going to start with these 4. I'll try to read the constructions here. Top 3 bolts. What I like is they gave me an extra bolt. It's the little things. It's the little things. All right, let's light this candle. Neighbor pulled in over there. Now I gotta be on top of my game. So this is one of the fields where we just kind of picked off some of the dryland corners in the last video, if you've seen that. But I'm kind of still doing the ends. We didn't get all the ends done. And my brother, he went after his combine, and Dad went after the grain cart tractor, and they're gonna be heading back here. So when they show up, we should be going full-fledged. Hopefully I can get a combine full by the time he gets here, just to kind of get a little bit of a start. But yeah, I'm just kind of doing the ends, some of the slow stuff, so until we get started here. I was wondering when you're gonna get up. You've been sleeping all day. Not much going on in the passenger seat over there. 5 o'clock. Feels like I want to fall asleep because it's 91 degrees out there. It's hot out there for this time of year. The stems are green. The beans are dry, meaning the moisture content of the kernel of the bean. Or you call beans kernels? I don't know. Anyway, the brush is working good. It's eliminating some of those beans coming out anyway. That's it. That's all I got for now. I'll let you get a better glance. My brother John stayed back at the dryer today, and they set it up so they actually got they're in the process of getting that west bin emptied of the wetter corn. It should all be dried now and put in that east bin, and so we can haul it off sometime. Because midweek they're calling for a little bit of rain, so we might just start hauling them in on that day. Earlier today there was a red and green combine over here harvesting in the same field. They harvest together. The one thing I do like about the red combine is it leaves a nice yellow trail where it's been. The good thing about going this direction is I can't see anything I'm doing wrong. I'm here all night, folks. Last night I quit slightly early, ever so slightly. I was starting to do some ends here on this field over here, and apparently it didn't like the corner of my sickle section over here, because it took quite a few sections out. I don't know if I hit something or if it was just because it was so uneven or what happened, but I started going through the center of the field and it just wasn't happening, so I had to start working on this last night. Well, the mosquitoes were so bad that I could not finish it. Like, I tried to stay out here as long as I could, but they were just horrible. So that's what I'm going to try to do earlier this morning. Got out here before everybody, just so I can hopefully reclaim some clout, because I left a little bit early last night. Reason why I'm doing it, to get to this end guy, is kind of a bugger, because all this jazz is in the way, and so I'm going to take him apart, get that end section fixed. start this morning.
But you can put it in the green. Just put it in the green today.
Or did you get a supper?
So we're on the move now, heading to the next field. We're actually going to pick wet corn for a custom job, and they're going to grind it for cattle feed. So we'll see you in the morning. What we're doing is, this is for a customer. We're loading up on trucks. We're probably about, I don't know, 3 miles, 4 miles from his location, but it's kind of through the hills and twist and turn. But what they're doing, they're hauling it to his farm and they're dumping it into a bunker. And before they do that, they dump it through an auger and it goes into a grinder and it grinds it up and it'll put it into that bunker. And then what they'll do is kind of like silage, if you guys are familiar with that. They'll take it and push it up the pile, and then they'll pack it, and then they'll probably put a tarp over it, seal it, and then when they need it in the wintertime or whenever they need it, they'll come and open that up, and it should be pretty good feed, or it is pretty good feed actually for them. It's a good energy source for the cow. And what they'll typically do is mix it off in a ration. They'll probably have silage there. They'll probably have some other hay, whether it be alfalfa or cane or regular grass bales. It just depends on whatever ration they want. So things like this are kind of funny. Here, like a 10-cent O-ring can shut the whole system down. I couldn't even see it. It was just dripping. It's my feeder house tilt. Hopefully my brother's got one. Tell me if it seals up, okay? Give you guys the best view. It's that one right there. Well, it's not leaking yet. I might do it around. Let's go put Tom's stuff back. Oil. It's so greasy. How I knew that happened is once it leaks out so much oil, the sensors will shut it down almost. They won't let you move to a certain degree, which is kind of unhandy, but it's protecting the equipment. So luckily I had 5 gallons of hydraulic oil on hand. That's always something I try to keep close by if I remember it. Well, another field done. We're gonna take them home tonight because tonight we got a really good chance of rain. So we want to get them back to the shop. It'd be a good opportunity to kind of check over some things and service them, and well, better than being where they are now anyway. Dad's coming back from one of the wet piles. We got the first pile done, and then a neighbor wanted some of this wet corn, so they just carted it over there. Take these home, and really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later, guys.